It's a new day. We thank God for today. We want to talk about why you continue to treat an infection and it looks like it's not going. So there are some reasons why you kept on treating an infection and it looks like the infection refused to go. So the first thing is that you didn't treat it appropriately. So there are people that are suffering from STI, gonorrhea, this VDRL, and all those staphylococcus, all those infections, PID. And you've used several drugs, and looks like the infection kept on reoccurring. So the first thing is that you go to the hospital. You need to visit the hospital, see the doctor. Don't just, because my friend used this drug, so me too, I should use it will work for me. Sometimes it does not work that way. So the best thing to do is visit the hospital, then complain to a doctor who will run some tests on you. The doctor will run some tests, will collect sample from you, and then take it to the lab. They will run tests. Sometimes they can even do culture, and then the culture, when after 3 days, it will yield. The result of that investigation will determine the drug you are to use. After the doctor must have done the test and the result is out, the results will determine the type of drug you prescribed, and then which you will now use to treat that infection. So you don't just treat all those gonorrhea, syphilis, and all those, just continue to take drugs and it's more like it's not working. That's number one. So you run tests, you go to the hospital and allow doctor to do some investigations. Then the result of that investigation will determine the drug is going to give you. The second thing is that you are having such an infection. You are still having, even let's assume a married person. You are still having intercourse with your husband or with your wife. It's not. You are on treatment. You are still having this thing. You're supposed to treat yourself first, then treat also your partner. So meaning that if you are treating yourself for such kind of infection, your partner too should be treated. Because if your partner is not treated, imagine somewhere you are treating a place, then the person that is also using that place, it's not like you are treating the infection in your own body, the other partner is not being treated. It will still definitely continue to, infect you with that kind of infection. So if you are treating such an infection, then also your partner should be treated. That's number 2. Then number 3 is that you abstain for that period. So you are treating an infection. For that period, abstain from anything related to sex until you've completed your treatment. Doctor he has already run another test on you to confirm that, okay, you are now okay, no more infection. And your partner also has been treated. Only until then can both of you now resume back to the activity. For those ones moving from one person to another, you are treating an infection. You are treating a sexually transmitted infection. You are still hopping from one man to another, or you are hopping from one woman to another. How will the infection be treated? It cannot be treated, because in this case, you cannot even say you want to treat your partner. You have multiple partners. So you abstain from all those kind of things and then focus on treating the infection. Of course, you are not even expected to be moving from one person to another. It's not right. We all know that it's not right. and health is wealth. If you have a sexually transmitted infection, already you are thinking, oh, it's not being treated, what's going on? You are getting frustrated or even depressed. I've already enlightened you on why it's not going and it's kept on reoccurring. Make sure you take your drugs as prescribed. You treat your partner. As you are being treated, let your partner be treated as well. It's not a secret. And after your treatment, you now go back again to ascertain. The doctor will run some tests again to ensure that, okay, what they are treating, it's treated already. Only until then can you now resume sexual activity with just your partner. And once it's treated, you have done all these things, definitely it won't reoccur.